I started planning today's video as a channel update, but in light of some recent circumstances, one of the topics I was going to cover is kind of expanded into enough for a whole video, I think, maybe more than enough for a whole video. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Big Daddy Unlimited and my relationship with those guys coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for what is going to be a little bit of a different video, to be honest with you. Like I said, I started out to make this video. I was going to make a channel update. One of the topics I was going to talk about kind of kept expanding and growing, especially in light of some recent events. So I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and make this video about that topic. And it's kind of something I've been on the fence about anyway. And what I'm talking about is Big Daddy Unlimited and Survival on Purpose. Today's video is sponsored by Hog Holsters. Hog Holsters are made in the USA in Arizona, and they are without a doubt the most comfortable concealable holster I've ever tested. You can save 10% on your order at Hog Holsters by using the coupon code Survival on Purpose, all one word. That's hogholsters.com. Thanks to Hog Holsters for sponsoring today's video. Let me just start by saying I'm probably going to ramble in this video. I'll do my best not to. This is like a third try at making this video already, and I've kept shutting myself down for rambling. And I've got some notes here to try to keep me on track as much as possible. And if I fumble any words, it's probably because of the crow feathers still stuck in my teeth. Having said that, I have always considered myself a good judge of people and of character. But in spite of being warned in amongst this process we're about to talk about by several people I highly respected and still do, I've come to the conclusion that I may have let my desire to grow my channel's income blind me to the truth. So I feel like I owe you an explanation and an apology. First, I think we need to talk about YouTube sponsorships and YouTube income first, because that's kind of where this is going. Even before I started this channel, one of my goals was to try to create a full-time income and be a full-time YouTuber. Well, I quickly found out it's a whole lot harder than I thought it was going to be. That takes multiple streams of income. So the way people make money on YouTube is from either you watch those ads at the beginning. If they're a YouTube partner, they get part of that money from YouTube. They can make money on affiliate commissions. Like if you use my Amazon link, I'll get 2 or 3% on that. They can make money off of just sponsored videos. Like you notice I have a sponsorship spot on most of my videos where I get paid a little bit of money to make these sponsorship spots, or even paid dedicated videos where somebody will pay me or somebody on YouTube to test and evaluate their product on camera for you. There's Patreon and stuff like that as well. There's several different ways, but you kind of got to put them all together to really make any income. At least that's the conclusion I came to. Okay, sorry, I had to kind of readjust you a little bit because the sun was about to get in your eyes. Over the years, I've had many different sponsors, some of them for 1 or 2 videos and some of them for long-term. My longest running sponsor, the first and longest running sponsor actually, is Hog Holsters. And John at Hog Holsters has become a good friend of mine, so there's really no money that changes hands at this point, but he's still a channel sponsor. He's a good guy. He generally helps me out with lodging for SHOT Show, and he's just a real good friend. So there's that. ClickBelts was a long-running sponsor. They sold that company. Now the new owners, I guess, kind of dissolved all that. Right now, the only paid sponsor I have is Excess Sights, and that's a company that I use their products for years and years before they became a sponsor. So my point is that I try to make sure that anybody that have a financial relationship with is because I believe in their products and I use their products, or at least I think they're really good stuff. I've used Excess Sights for years. I use Hog Holsters. I'm wearing a Hog Holster right now. Trust my life to it. So 2019, Leviathan Tribe was kind of opened up, and their goal was to kind of connect YouTube people, influencers, whatever words you want to use, with companies and people that wanted to get their products or their companies promoted. Their premise was that, look, people are willing to pay for magazine advertising, companies are willing to pay for TV advertising, but for some reason the standard has been set that if you just send somebody a $20 item on YouTube, you can get all sorts of promotion out of it, and it won't cost you anything but that $20 item, which probably only cost you $10 to make. And that's worth 3 to 4 hours of somebody's time to make a video. And when I started out, it was because I didn't have the money to keep buying stuff to review. So YouTube is a beast that must always be fed. And I knew if I wanted to grow my channel, I had to have a lot of content. And so that was my goal. So anyway, I connected with Leviathan, and my first Big Daddy Unlimited video with them was in November of 2019. I think they're a bunch of good folks at Leviathan, by the way. So I first learned about that concept of Costco for guns that BDU was kind of promoting, where you pay $10 for a monthly membership, and then that allows you to get inside their online site, and you can buy things at potentially under average retail price. And the deal was they said they could sell below minimum advertised pricing, which is an arrangement that vendors make with the manufacturers to not sell their stuff below a certain price, because it was a membership site and they weren't selling to the general public. They weren't advertising those prices to the general public. That was their premise. I don't know how accurate that was. They had those arrangements or not, but I do know that some of the prices that stuff I was buying for were crazy good, and some of them were just sort of good, but they seemed to have on average better prices than anywhere else I could find. So because of that, and because my friend James Yeager was working with them, I thought, okay, you know what, they're probably pretty good folks. I'll sign up for an affiliate membership with them, and I signed up as a member. So I was paying them $10 a month, and then as an affiliate, anybody I referred to them and became a member, I got a percentage of their monthly $10. Sometime later, Leviathan told me they were no longer working with Big Daddy Unlimited. And to their credit, by the way, they didn't tell me it was because Big Daddy Unlimited had stiffed them for a whole lot of money. I didn't find that out until just recently. About the same time, James told me he was no longer working with them because they kind of screwed one of his friends over. So, you know, first of all, I knew there was two sides to every story, and my contacts at Big Daddy Unlimited were treating me good. I didn't have any problem with them. Everything was great for me. They were telling me I was one of their top YouTube partners, which was kind of validation to me. You know, I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm making pretty decent money. I'm thinking maybe here's a chance to go full-time income. And I think I got a little blinded by that. I got blinded by the income. I got blinded by the attention and the validation that, hey, maybe people are taking me seriously as a YouTuber. I think I struggle sometimes with imposter syndrome, but I was invited to come down and meet the owners a couple times. Got ride on an airboat to an island in the swamp and shoot a video with them about Essie. And during all this time, I was buying stuff from them because they usually had the best prices I could find on the internet. So now we kind of get into some of when the problem started. Around the middle of 2021, I started noticing delays in shipment, partial shipments, bad order tracking. I'd order several items and get half of them or a third of them, and no notice about where the rest of them were, when they were coming or whatever. And sometimes they just show up and sometimes not. This is about one of the times I was visiting their headquarters, and they told me they were just having growing pains, having trouble managing everything. And I think they were having growing pains, but I also think one of the issues in retrospect was a lot of the things they were selling were drop ship, which means that you pay them, you make an order with them, they just order directly from their distributor, and the distributor sends it to you. So that's kind of they don't have to have all that inventory on hand. So around the same time, around the fall of 2021, they took part in Big Daddy Unlimited, took part in a gun buyback, which was a horrible thing to do. If you know, it's just not a good. Gun buybacks are anti-American, but their premise, their defense was, they said that they were just there to promote storage, safe storage, and as an alternative to selling your gun back to the government. But they really kind of took it on the chin there. I don't know. I just chose to believe them because I liked them. I think I liked the people I met there, and I just again, maybe I was a little blinded. During the same time period, force reset triggers became a thing, and Big Daddy Unlimited came out with their own force reset trigger and was immediately sued, pretty close to immediately, by another force reset manufacturer guy for patent infringement. And about the same time, the ATF, illegally I might say, decided that force reset triggers were machine guns, and they wanted to confiscate them. So they went to Big Daddy Unlimited and confiscated a whole bunch of force reset triggers. They told me about $100,000 worth. So the immediate internet gossip was that Big Daddy Unlimited had shared their customer list with the ATF. They said they didn't. To this date, I've never seen any evidence that they did, so who knows. So around February of 2022, a few really popular gun YouTube channels were posting videos really just trashing, hating on Big Daddy Unlimited for a number of things, but particularly the buyback deal and the force reset trigger thing. And still, I had no personal knowledge that any of the stuff that people were complaining about was actually true. There was a lot of allegations, a lot of unfounded things maybe at that time anyway. So I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. And so I made another trip down there to their headquarters to talk to the owners, Tony and Sherry McKnight, to get their side of the issue on camera. We did an interview. Seemed genuine to me. The main thing I took away from that interview, however, was that they were a politically conservative couple who really didn't know anything about firearms when they got started in this. They just saw an opportunity, because they had a lot of experience with online marketing, to get into the firearms business. They saw that it was booming, and they could get in there and make some money. And I do believe they really cared about America and care about the Second Amendment. But I think they also were trying to make some money straight up, which is nothing wrong with making money. I kind of thought maybe they got in over their head trying to grow their business too aggressively. So after that interview, I kept advertising Big Daddy Unlimited and promo spots and a lot of videos, a bunch of Sharp Saturday videos, and I was getting paid by direct deposit, so it was all good. So since I'm so financially, fiscally responsible and keep such a close eye on my stuff, around September of 2022, I realized I hadn't been paid for the last 3 or 4 months. So I reached out to my contacts in BDU and got the, hey, that guy that did that, he's no longer with us and he didn't do as good job, and we're bringing somebody else up to speed, and they're looking into all that and blah, blah, blah. And after several weeks of back and forth, I finally got in touch with somebody that I knew at Big Daddy Unlimited who said, hey man, look, we are bleeding cash from this lawsuit and all this about paying lawyers, and we're just I don't know when or if you'll ever get paid again. So I stopped doing Big Daddy Unlimited promos. I went back and took the links out of all the videos, out of the video description. Let me be specific. I took the links out of the video descriptions, but to take the actual promo spot out of the video is really, really hard on a live video. So anyway, to wrap this sad saga up, earlier this year, Big Daddy Unlimited filed for bankruptcy. And apparently they left a lot of vendors and customers holding the bag for literally millions of dollars of unfilled orders and unpaid vendor invoices, including, I think, Leviathan got stiffed for a whole bunch of money. And this is according to Curtis with VSO Gun Channel, who I respect. He's one of the people that warned me, and I didn't listen. Curtis is a really good dude. He's really tuned in to the gun industry and to what's going on. And he's just a very knowledgeable and just a genuinely good guy. Which means, I guess, a good thing is that I don't have to worry about the videos cleaning up the spots in the video, because if anybody tries to find Big Daddy Unlimited, they're not there anymore. But if you got screwed by Big Daddy Unlimited and my videos influenced that in any way, I am truly sorry. I honestly thought they were an ethical company who was just having growing pains, and I'm really, really disappointed in how things turned out. So I'm gonna wrap this up with a couple of things I learned from this whole fiasco. If you're still with me, I know I've been rambling. So maybe I'm a little too trusting of people I don't really know, and need to be a lot more skeptical when there's money involved, especially when there's accolades and compliments and people are building you up. That feels, I'm human, that feels good, right? So it kind of makes you overlook some things maybe. Sometimes your friends can see things that you can't. Look, I should have listened to James. I'm talking about James Yeager and Curtis. James never steered me wrong. He was a good friend, and he was just telling me what I needed to hear. And Curtis the same way, man. I should listen to those guys, and I should have listened to everybody else that was saying this stuff. But I was probably a little partially blinded by the money, to be honest with you, and the fact that I wasn't seeing this stuff. So anyway. Number 3 thing I've learned is I'm just really no longer as concerned about making money on YouTube. Certainly I need some income to cover the cost of doing all this. There's cameras, there's internet expense. I pay a lot of money for internet to be able to upload videos quickly. I still buy stuff to review. Just a couple weeks ago, I bought a $100 shotgun to review for you. I've got to be very, very, very selective about my financial sponsors from now on. Right now, like I said, I just have 2 hog holsters. I've known John for years now. He's a really good friend of mine. And Excess Sights, they're paying me to promote their products and advertise for them. And they're a company that I've used their products for years before they became a sponsor. I'm wearing a hog holster right now. My Glock 19 has Excess big dot sights on it. Every pistol I carry has Excess sights on it. They're the only sights I trust my life to. So my point is that, yes, they're financial sponsors, but they're companies with products that I trust my life to. And so I've always endeavored to do that. I thought Big Daddy Unlimited was a good deal, and I think it was when it started, but I never knew that it was going to go off the rails like this, and that they were going to turn out to be, less than people that honored what they said they were going to do. So I hope this clears up any questions you might have had about the whole BDU drama, Big Daddy Unlimited drama, and how I was involved. I'm really sorry to make this rambling video. I've been thinking about making it for a long time. It may have been a mistake to make it now. I don't know, because you probably don't care about this stuff anyway. But I just felt like, if nothing else, I owed you an apology and an explanation, and I really owed an apology to James Yeager's legacy, because I should have listened to him, and to Curtis, I should have listened to him. Stay tuned for the for the intended channel update coming up soon, because I got some cool stuff I really want to tell you about. But hopefully this video has at least answered some questions. So I'll shut up and quit rambling now. I really appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.